History repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce. Workers of the world unite, you have nothing to lose but your chains. Social progress can be measured by the social position of the female sex. The theory of communism may be summed up in one sentence: abolish all private property. Democracy is the road to socialism. The rich will do anything for the poor but get off their backs. Religion is the sigh of the oppressed creature, the heart of a heartless world, and the soul of soulless conditions. It is the opium of the people. Society does not consist of individuals but expresses the sum of interrelations, the relations within which these individuals stand. Capital is dead labor, which, vampire-like, lives only by sucking living labor, and lives the more labor it sucks. Art is always and everywhere the secret confession, and at the same time the immortal movement of its time. History does nothing, it does not possess immense riches, it does not fight battles. It is men, real, living, who do all this. Anyone who knows anything of history knows that great social changes are impossible without feminine upheaval. Social progress can be measured exactly by the social position of the fair sex, the ugly ones included. Religion is the impotence of the human mind to deal with occurrences it cannot understand. Capitalist production, therefore, develops technology, and the combining together of various processes into a social whole, only by sapping the original sources of all wealth, the soil and the laborer. The human being is in the most literal sense a political animal, not merely a gregarious animal, but an animal which can individuate itself only in the midst of society. Capital is money, capital is commodities. By virtue of it being value, it has acquired the occult ability to add value to itself. It brings forth living offspring, or, at the least, lays golden eggs. The more the division of labor and the application of machinery extend, the more does competition extend among the workers, the more do their wages shrink together. The writer must earn money in order to be able to live and to write, but he must by no means live and write for the purpose of making money. It is not history which uses men as a means of achieving, as if it were an individual person, its own ends. History is nothing but the activity of men in pursuit of their ends. It is absolutely impossible to transcend the laws of nature. What can change in historically different circumstances is only the form in which these laws expose themselves. Natural science will in time incorporate into itself the science of man, just as the science of man will incorporate into itself natural science. There will be one science. Capital is reckless of the health or length of life of the laborer, unless under compulsion from society. It is absolutely impossible to transcend the laws of nature. What can change in historically different circumstances is only the form in which these laws expose themselves. Natural science will in time incorporate into itself the science of man, just as the science of man will incorporate into itself natural science. There will be one science. The writer may very well serve a movement of history as its mouthpiece, but he cannot of course create it. Thanks for watching. Make sure for subscribe the Quote World.